Hello everybody, Michael here for Tactica Imperialis with the next part of my analysis of Codex Dark Angels. I'm going to do things differently from now on my Codex analysis. Instead of having the book in front of you guys on the screen and going through it, I'm going to have the book in my hand and I'm going to talk about it that way, because I get the feeling that if this channel continues as is, doing things the way it does, I could get pulled up in future for showing things I'm not supposed to show and talking about things I'm not supposed to talk about. So this is just a precautionary move. So I had a comment about it actually on my Dark Eldar video, so I'm taking the necessary precautions today. Okay, so this video I'm going to talk very briefly. It's not a long one, it's just going to be the troop section. There's only two troop units. They are your tactical squad and your scout squad, same as normal. So Space Marines, just a normal Space Marine, so same stat line. 4s, 1 wound, initiative 4, leadership 8, power armor, bolt gun, bolt pistol, grenades, same as usual, frag and crack. Combat squads and they shall know no fear is still here, and they have grim resolve, which means that, if I remember correctly, they... oh, hang on, there's a reference section at the back. I love these new codexes. Grim resolve, stubborn, and can never choose to automatically fail a morale check. So this is something I had a read about this, and it applies as a scenario, for example, called "Our weapons are useless." And what it means is if you can't physically wound, this is typically against walkers, in melee, and if you can't attack, you can choose to fail the morale check and run. You can't do it with Dark Angels. It only applies to some squads. For example, Scouts don't have it. In fact, most don't have it, to be fair. The Chaplains don't, the Librarians don't, Company Masters don't. There's only a few units that do, actually. So, yeah. Interesting. I thought there were more than that. So yeah, they have Grim Resolve combat squads, and my iPad is slipping. Sorry, I didn't realise. You take them in squads of 5 to 10, 14 points a model, so 70 points for basic, 140 if you go full size. You have a Sergeant, a Standard you can upgrade into a Vet, which then gives you an extra leadership and extra attack, which is typical. If you have less than 10, you're allowed 1 special or 1 heavy weapon from the list on the right, which is Flamer, Melter, Plasma, Heavy Bolter, Multi-Melter, Missile Launcher, which you can then upgrade to have Flak missiles, which are slightly weaker crap missiles. They're basically an auto-cannon with Skyfire. No, a single shot auto-cannon with Skyfire, so strength 7, AP 4, if I remember correctly. Missile Launcher... yeah, 7-4 Skyfire. So that's your Flak missile. You can upgrade to have 10 points on your rocket. Plasma Cannon and Las Cannon, you're allowed 1 of those if you've got less than 10. If you have 10, you are allowed 1 special, 1 heavy. So you could take a Plasma and a Plasma, or a Melter and a Las, whatever. You upgrade to a Veteran from regular Sergeant for 10 points, which I've already mentioned. And whether you take Veteran or Normal, you're allowed to pick from the melee and the ranged weapon list. You're not allowed to pick special issue, just melee and ranged. And in there are a fair few bits of war gear. So bolt gun, storm bolter, combi weapon, PP, plasma pistol, chainsword, lightning claw, power weapon, power fist, thunder hammer. Same as usual, really. They're not bad value. They're not the worst things in terms of cost. I mean, it's a free for a bolter and chainsword, or you can pay up to 30 points for a thunder hammer if you wish. I wouldn't generally. I'd stick it maximum with a storm bolter because they're tactical squad. They're not supposed to get into melee. Although if you're going to put them in a transport, you may want to give them a power weapon or something. May take melter bombs on your sergeant, may take drop pod, rhino, or razorback. So same transports as you're always allowed to take. Drop pod. Actually, I'll come on to transports. Actually, I'll finish the troops and then I'll do transport. I've already mentioned about the special weapons, and that's it really for the tactical squad. Nothing new there. Moving on, scouts. These guys are 2 points per model less, so they're 12 points each, so 60 points basic. 5 guys minimum, although you're allowed an extra 5. You're allowed to take, actually, profile, same as a regular Marine except with 4 up save and WSMBS 3. If you have a Sergeant, he is WSMBS 4, and your Veteran has +1 leadership and attack as usual. Scout armor is basically the same loadout as attack Marine, but with Scout armor, so 4 up armor instead of a 3. Only real difference, they shall know no fear, combat squads, infiltrate, move through cover, and scout. So you've got a few more rules available to you, although you are more fragile, so you have to bear this in mind. Camo cloaks, 2 points a model, gives you stealth. They now cost as much as attack Marine, but they have a 6+ cover save regardless, and if they're in cover, they're damn hard to take down, because they have a 3+ cover for being in a building, for crying out loud. Any model may replace bolt gun for shotgun, sniper, or combat knife. So that means that basically you can have any loadout you want for the same points cost. This is better than Marines. I think in Codex Space Marines you have to pay a point for a sniper rifle, but it's a free shotgun. So I would thoroughly recommend snipers, particularly if you're running camo cloaks, because you're going to just hide and snipe and all that. One scout may take heavy bolter, 8 points. I don't know why it's 8 points. Please somebody explain that to me. And then a missile launcher, frag and crack, and flak missiles are available, so you can get even more skyfire. May take veteran, he may take melee, ranged, or melter bombs. Same as before. Transport, so I'll just flick straight past the elite section. That is my next video in this series, which, if my dates are right, will be a Wednesday. Transports. Same 3 transports as you always get. The Rhino, 35 points, 11, 11, 10, 3 hull points, BS4, 10 models, repair, so on a 6. Actually, I'll go to the Rhino page since I'm not on much of a time here. The Raven Wing drop pods, nearly there. Come on. Rhino, here we go. If a Rhino is immobilised, this doesn't apply to weapon destroyed. In subsequent turns, it may attempt to repair itself instead of shooting. To make the attempt, roll a d6. On the roll of a 6, the vehicle is no longer immobilised, but it does not return the whole point that you lost being immobilised. So you're still minus the whole point to what you had before, but you're no longer immobilised. I would always attempt a repair roll because you've only got a Storm Bolter, so there's no real point. You've got 2 fire point, well, 1 fire point for 2 models out of the top hatch, 1 access point on each side and 1 at the back, and it can carry 10 models but no Terminators. And it has a Storm Bolter, Searchlight, and Smoke Launchers. Smoke Launchers, what do Smoke Launchers do actually? Good question. Not sure, is it in the rulebook? I hope it's not in the rulebook. I never used Smoke Launchers, Searchlights, and what have you. I never saw the point because, well, they're a bit situational. Vehicle equipment, and it's in the rulebook. That's useful. So I think it's something like giving the vehicle stealth or shrouded, or possibly a 4+ cover save. Searchlight allows you to illuminate units that you shoot at in the shooting phase, but you are then easy to target later, so it cancels out night fighting for the unit you're targeting and for your vehicle. So it's 6 2/3. That's about it for that. The Razorback is 20 points more, so 55. Same stat line, capacity of 6, so you can only take small squads in this. Same access points, no fire points, and it comes with a twin-linked heavy bolter instead of the Storm Bolter. You can then upgrade it to have a couple of different weapons as soon as my page turning works. I do apologise. You can take twin-linked heavy flamer for free. I don't know why you would do this, but you can. Twin-linked assault cannon, twin-linked las cannon for 20 points, and these two are very powerful. I would say assault cannon against most things, las cannon against everything else. And then you can have a single las cannon, so no twin, and then twin-linked plasma gun as well. So this gives you a bit more versatility, although I don't think you'll be able to fire both on if you're moving, because you have to snap fire. So I would say keep it to one weapon, probably an assault cannon if it was me, although if I knew it was short on tank fire, I'd take a plasma gun every day of the week. No, las cannon, not plasma gun. Twin-linked las cannon. There's nothing else there. And then the drop pod, same cost as a Rhino. Armour 12 all round, 3 hull points, BS4. Storm Bolter, 10 models, or a Dreadnought. You can't carry Thunderfire cannons in Dark Angels drop pods. In fact, I don't think there is such a thing as a Thunderfire cannon. Nope, there is no such thing as a Thunderfire cannon in Dark Angels. Made swap for a Deathwind launcher, not Deathwing, Deathwind, which is 12-inch large blast, a strength 5, AP 0, single shot, which is nice. I don't know if it's better than a Storm Bolter, because yes, you're hitting more stuff, but it's shorter range and there's no AP. It's immobile, so once it arrives from drop pod assault, as it always does, it cannot move. It cannot mishap, except for going off the table. If it lands on a unit, you just reduce the scatter. And drop pod assault, I should probably explain this. Okay, drop pod assault. Drop pods must deep strike, we know this. At the beginning of your first turn, choose half of your drop pods. So let's say you've taken 4, you pick 2. If you pick 3, you pick 2. So you round up, otherwise if you only have 1, you can't pick 1. To make a drop pod assault. These arrive on your first turn. The arrival of the remaining drop pods is roll for as regular reserves. Unit cannot charge the turn it arrives. This was something it took us ages at Club before, when the old drop pods were out, to clear up, because it never said can't assault on the turn it arrived. Now it does, which is useful. And that's troops and transports. next video I'll be doing in this series anyway, I'll be looking at the elite section, which is again rather small actually. There's only 4 units in it. Veterans, Termies, Special Termies and Dreads. That's it. There's no Legion of the Damned, there's no Stern Guard. Well, there's sort of Stern Guard, but they're not Stern Guard. They're rubbishy Stern Guard. Anyway, that's all for this video. Be sure to hit the like button, which is somewhere down there. Drop any comments below, or tweet me at Tactica Imperial. I have got myself a Facebook page if you want to go and check that out. Just feel free. I'm happy to talk with you guys on there or on Twitter or anything else. Just let me know. Next video will be about Warhammer Fantasy, as I said in the description of my escalation video. In fact, either side of my tablet, which is recording this video, I have part painted, part ready to be painted elements of my High Elf army, which I'm going to start showcasing just why I like fantasy and everything else in the next few weeks. So thank you for watching. My name is Michael, and I will see you again.